I made a fake one.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the fan club. It's your boy Dan Brosnan in the building. Welcome to the show, guys. We've got a good one for you. We like to do types of shows like these once every couple weeks. Today we're going to be talking about the future of Power Rangers, especially that movie could be coming out in 2023. That's not that far away, man. It's only 2 years. If you think about it, it's gonna happen like that, and we're gonna kind of talk about what's going to lead up to that movie. This is not about movie news, especially because we've only got a potential release year. We don't even have a full date or anything, but it makes sense it could come in about 2 years. So let's get into it. But before we do, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You can also send us a tip on buymeacoffee.com. Every little bit goes a long way, and we really appreciate it. Helps us on this daily video grind. Let's get into it. First, we'll go over to our friends at comicbook.com. So we've talked about this before, guys, that this isn't like brand new news. I mean, it's still pretty new. June 16th. But what was it? At this Brazilian con, Mega Power Brazil, this was released, Brazilian Licensing Convention. I'm sorry, guys. That was the name of it. They released this, and I made a video about this, and we even did a translation, and it basically said that a movie could be coming in 2023. That is what they're planning on, and it fully makes sense. This is kind of what it's saying here with the movie release plan for 2023. Power Rangers is a streaming success with, all of that. So it's saying get ready to see that Power Rangers is not going anywhere. We do have a movie coming, and there's a lot of different things that are going to come along with this movie. We're talking merch, we're talking figures. If this movie's big enough, you might have some comforters, you might have some pillows, you might have a lot of different things that you might not think you'd have. But when you have a movie, and if it grosses a lot of money, that merchandise section gets filled real quick. So I am looking forward to this movie, but there is a lot of things to look forward before this movie, and that's what they are trying to do. I love that they have taken a big approach on this brand to get it ready, to keep ramping it up every single year until it is time to release that movie. And then when the movie's out, they're just going to keep on going. Now, what happens before then? Okay. So this was something that kind of brought my attention. Now, as we know, this season was most likely shot with the idea of, hey, if all else fails, we'll at least get the second half on Nickelodeon if we don't pick up anybody, because we have like a super season, quote unquote. But it says right here, a second season hasn't been officially announced just yet, but given the 2-season per iteration approach the franchise has taken in recent years, a sophomore outing for the Dino Fury Rangers is almost guaranteed. Oh, yeah. Full seasons of a particular iterations are typically filmed between December to May. And I think this was filmed, I think, a little bit longer. There was I think they got there in October, and they left June. They just left last month, I thought. Late May, early June, I want to say. So yeah, this is pretty accurate. It's not, there's a few months added on, and it was probably because of COVID and stuff, man, to be honest. They got through it, and this team is a powerhouse. And then, as we talked about just a few days ago, you got it almost like it's one of those things that an actor talked about this. Chance Perez brought up in an interview that it will be moving to Netflix for season 2. Now, I mean, who's gonna know better than the actual people that are sitting there talking to the producers and stuff? Now, it's not confirmed, but it makes sense that it's going to Netflix. Okay, so what is going on here? We have something different in Dino Fury. It is actually a pretty good season, okay? We had to save it from Nickelodeon and ourselves, man. This season was actually pretty good. We had to move it over to a platform where more kids and people are watching and where they give it that Netflix original kind of spin, but it's technically not. It is, but it isn't. Now, we could just say, oh, these are original for Netflix, which they are. And they advertise it better. Netflix does a good job when it gets new products, when it gets new shows, movies, series, etc. It helps push it because they want to do better streaming numbers. Nickelodeon, it's kind of weird how they do it. They only promo their top 3 to 5 Nickelodeon shows that they're really trying to push. Everything else is kind of pushed to the side. And that's kind of been Nickelodeon for years. Same thing with a lot of the big networks, Cartoon Network, etc. I like the format that Netflix runs because it could work perfectly with Power Rangers. There's already been talks in a conference call that there is a big deal in the works with a streaming platform. So they are probably going to get a few things, which makes sense, and hopefully they could get a Power Rangers adult series too. Hopefully we could get a preschool show, maybe a cartoon. There's a lot of different things you could run with, man, and make this show really cool. Make this franchise even better. And the thing that I've been talking about is don't just keep it to Netflix. See what Netflix does and then start branching out. Have a show exclusively on Netflix. Have a show, bring it back. Once they see you're doing numbers and you're hot again, Nickelodeon be calling, yo, at least give me a season. Give me something new. Give me the cartoon. Give me a Nick Jr. show. Come on now. Because you got to remember, these people, tell me if I'm wrong, but E1, they make like Peppa Pig and PJ Masks and stuff. Man, don't tell me that a Power Rangers preschool show like PJ Masks would not be cool, guys. Just tell me that would not be cool for kids. And you hook them at an earlier age and get them into it and have like 3 different versions of Power Rangers so they could just grow with the brand. And that is basically my take on this video is you gotta be able to switch it up and innovate. And the things that I'm seeing happen before this movie are big because everybody knows what you're gonna do once you win the championship. But what did you do to get to the ring? What did you do to put the work in? And they are putting the work in. Now, the movie is up to hiring the right people, getting the right cast, writers, etc., right? But if they have a good movie and they built it properly, this could lead to a lot of different things. Like we already know we're getting a show that's going to go with a movie universe, and they're gonna try like hell to make this one better than that reboot in 2017. Not that the reboot in 2017 was bad, y'all. It was not bad. It had some things missing from it that really could have brought it more numbers and more fans. And what I mean is, in all honesty, it was lacking some more action. It needed about 2-3 more fight scenes. There were just parts in it where it was kind of stale, where we needed to see more of that Mighty Morphin style look. I get they were trying to build a story, but we needed a couple more fights. We needed a couple more putty fights. Maybe have them morph a little bit quicker into it, because there was a lot of really cool elements about that. But it took too long. For a lot of people that weren't Power Ranger fans, they thought it was okay. It wasn't something they'd go see again or tell everybody to go see. They didn't think it was horrible. But for those type of movies to be successful, you got to bring them in and hit a wider audience. That's kind of my thoughts with it, because I appreciated that movie, and I know a lot of you guys did too. No one, if you go out and say that movie's horrible, I mean, we all have our opinions, but I'm gonna kind of give you a weird look and be like, I didn't think it was horrible, but I won't say it was the best movie. You could argue it was maybe the best Power Ranger movie, but to me, it was the 95, baby. It was just classic and had all the lines. It had like 20 good one-liners in there that we still talk about today. Ooh, Power Rangers, where's my autograph book? Like, come on, guys. We love that movie. That was a good one. And that one was basic and it was simple, but it was what people loved. We got action right away. We got them jumping out of planes. We got them fighting ooze guys. Man, it was a good time. How many different things did they fight in that movie? We're talking tangos. We're talking like the little ooze creatures, like the little snot guys in the beginning. We're talking about jumping out of planes. We're talking about Dosia and the tangos, and then they go on the quest. Like, there's a lot of action in there. Then the stone guys with the axes trying to cut their heads off. I could spend 3 minutes talking about all the action in that movie. And what is Power Rangers? It's an action movie. We got to get some action in here. We can't be talking the whole time. So that's what I think about the movie. I think the toy aspect of it is going great, even though as a Dino Fury fan, we are all kind of really just, I wouldn't even say upset, just kind of confused at this point on what's going on with these toys. We finally got releases for them, kind of. We got fall now. We got to see the figures finally. But it's been a minute. We want some new figures, Hasbro. Let's get those babies going. It looks like it is going to be sooner than later, because I did see them out there, but dang it, man. We need some Dino Fury figures. And we got 4 figures so far. Episode 11, we've already got the black and green Ranger, and the gold's right on his way. So, but other than that, toy-wise, if you're not concerned about Dino Fury, dude, they have so much cool stuff. They have new Pink Ranger gear. They basically are completing the Zeo line. Mighty Morphin's closer. That's completed. Now they're going to have a Turbo Ranger finally within the Phantom Ranger. They're working. They're actually putting some work in. Heirloom a few days ago made a post or video, said something about it was actually very interesting how Lightning Collection should stop releasing MMPR for a year and give other seasons a time to shine and just kind of, focus on that. And I'm actually not against that. Or maybe just, there's the argument is MMPR probably sells more than all the rest of the toys probably, if you look at the numbers. There might be those special guys, those limited edition figure, maybe the Psycho Rangers, maybe something. Like, I'm not saying that there's not a top seller. Like, I bet Red Time Force sells very well. I bet there's a lot of good selling figures out there. Don't get me wrong, but MMPR, those guys sell up quick, and their resale value is always a lot higher on the aftermarket. So I understand that they want to at least release something. Maybe release one thing like that we haven't seen yet. So I kind of like the villains and the Scorpinas and the stuff like that would be fun. Maybe a Zordon. Maybe if it's something completely different that we haven't seen, I guess. And Heirloom's point too is like, we gotta, you're just releasing the same stuff, you know, like let's be creative and quit milking the old stuff, but also you can do it the right way too. So I actually like the direction the toys are going. Hasbro is not perfect with the toys, but I actually I like all the different figures. So you can get a $10 figure, you can get a Lightning Collection $20 figure, and then they got those new Ultimate Super 7s coming out, I believe. Is it Super 7? And they're like, what, $55? And those are gonna be like almost on some, I don't know that quality. We have to check, but it looks like more some figure art type stuff. They look pretty cool, man, honestly. So there is a lot of stuff in the next 2 years you can get excited about, and we'll be here the whole time, man. I was actually looking at an article from who remembers Power Rangers Now. Dude was actually pretty cool, and I was reading an article, you know, like old articles on his page, and I was just thinking, man, what a time to drop out of Power Rangers. Like, there's more happening now than there has been in a very long time. And you can be like, oh, well, in 2017 there was a lot, but yo, in 2017, like, it wasn't even that, like, it wasn't even that good, man. Like, we had it okay. We had it decent. I think the Legacy and the Lightning Collection have their ups and downs. Like, if you compare them, you could be like, oh, I like this better, or I like that better. You could say, oh, I like the packaging better. Oh, but I like the actual figures better. Oh, I like the helmets better. You know, there's a lot of different things on both sides that I liked or disliked. Hasbro, though, has more firepower to just keep cranking out a bunch of stuff, and I absolutely love it. What are your thoughts, though? The next 2, 3, 4, 5 years of Power Rangers are going to be nuts. Keep supporting, because to get to the level we want to reach, to get back to that #1 status, we need you guys. We got to keep you hyped. I love you guys. Thanks for watching the Fan Club. We'll see you next time. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and also hit that notification bell to stay in the algorithm. Do you guys support the Fan Club? You want to help us make our next episode and keep this show running? Well, check out our brand new Fan Club t-shirts. These are on our Square site. Go check that out. Go check us out on all social media platforms. And thank you for rocking with us, guys. Peace.